it's firing. And it has been tiring. My legs are tired.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is GC3, and I'm in the place to be, coming at you from the GC3 Hoops Network studio out in Phoenix, Arizona. Anyways, I've been kind of down and out for a little bit, just trying to revamp this podcast, but I'm super excited to bring it back. The name of this podcast is the Hoops Heat Check Podcast, and we're talking hoops. It doesn't matter, boys, girls, men's, women's. However, there is going to be a primary concentration into women's hoops because women's hoops is the future, and there's so many talented young ladies that are deserving of it. Well, with our first episode, I have a very special guest, one of my really, really good friends. I say, one part of my Cali Connect, which I call, and he's been scouting women's basketball for a very long time. Most recently, he was named by the Silver Waves media as one of the top 100 most influential figures in women's basketball. So without further ado, I got to bring on my guy, Mr. Prentice Beverly. What's going on, my man?
Chilling, man. How about yourself, man?
Just trying to stay cool, man. I mean, it's kind of fitting with this Hoops Heat Checks podcast because right now Phoenix is hot. I mean, we're slowly we're not caught up to California yet, but it's heating up. I mean, most recently, I know one of our girls, she transferred. Sherry Hatter, one of the top incoming sophomores, made a transfer from.
Did I see she went to Sierra Canyon?
Yeah, she's going to Sierra Canyon from Desert Vista. So she had quite an amazing freshman campaign. She's really she's athletic, very skilled, high basketball IQ, and she lives
up to her nickname, Cherry Baller. She lives up to it.
Absolutely. I mean, she's making a case to be a high major prospect. So definitely a great transfer. I mean, California is a whole different stratosphere. But yeah, let's talk California hoops. I mean, for some of my viewers in Arizona who are kind of new to the business, who is Ball and Prep and Coach Prentice Beverly?
Ooh, wow, that's a lot. Ball and Prep is something I started eons ago when I was in Alabama. I started off as Bama Prep Girls, and it was just something I put together because I didn't like how some people was covering some of the girls in Alabama at the time. It was like it's a slanted like evaluations. I said, well, no, we need more evaluations that's whole. Not just based off if they paid money to that company or not. I'm not gonna get into names, but you know how it is. But at the end of the day, Ball and Prep is something. They came Ball and Prep. I did work for ESPN back in the day, and some other stuff on internet on a national level. Then I branched off into international stuff. So that's when I got with Ball and Prep, and basically we just try to cover basketball the way it's intended to be covered. Straight above board, honest evaluations, no hidden agendas. Just trying to get the kids some exposure so they can get seen by college coaches and get their just desserts. And Prentice Beverly, golly, like I said, I've been doing this about 25, 30 years. Hell, I don't know how long I've known you. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been, I kind of lean on you and the other part of my Cali Connect, Cam, as you guys are the OGs, definitely have been very impactful, influential in my career. So I really appreciate our relationship, and it's all
As do
mutual.
I. Yeah, you put
So,
in the work,
and
man. People don't
relationships
understand.
matter.
When you put in the work, you deserve your just rewards.
Absolutely. And like people don't realize it's relationships that matter. Playing in front of the right
Yes.
people. I know I have relationships with college coaches. I know you do as well.
Right.
When kids play in events or camps that we host or we evaluate them, it can, we'll be on the phones. I mean, it's
Oh yeah.
you know,
Yeah. We don't try to keep it secret.
no,
A
absolutely. And
lot of them try
it's
to keep kids secret, which doesn't help them at all.
Oh, and especially like, social media has added to the marketing of student
Yes.
athletes and the college coaches, they know who to follow. I mean,
Oh,
it's
no doubt about it.
I'll get texts like late times of night, "Hey George, you just posted about this kid had a pretty strong performance that night that you went to their game. What level you think they're at?" And
Right.
I'll be straight up with them. I'm like, "Yeah, you could probably get her, it's this, but then I got smaller schools trying to, hey, how's this kid's recruiting? And I'm like, yeah, the kid's already signed. And it's just like,
Right.
oh man, they're right there. But so let's talk about how you moved. You started this out in the South in Alabama, right? And then
Correct.
what brought you out west? Because that is quite definitely a
A
change, man, going from the
little bit.
South all the way out to Southern Cal.
Well, basically, I worked for the Department of Defense. People don't know that now it's Space Force. And my boss at the time, that he left Alabama and he came out here to LA Air Force Base out here in Cali, and he wanted me to come with him. So he created me a position, and I came out. Actually, worked out for the best, man. I got a lot of good things out here in Cali. You know, I got to do like I met a guy who helped me with my branding. I mean, this guy realized he used to like draw cartoons like for like Looney Tunes stuff like that. And he ended up doing like my first T-shirts and my logo. He created my couple of my logos for me, some good ones, like the Bounce Man. He did that. But that's how I got out here, and then I just then I loved it. Once I got here, man, I loved it. And I still got my roots in the South. I still run a tournament there every year, right after Christmas. I do that and
Nice. What is the
MLK,
name of the event?
the Ball and Prep Showcase,
Oh, yeah, the Ball and Prep Showcase. Awesome. And
high school showcase, all high school.
yeah, so for the high school coaches that are tuning in, hey, make sure you give this man a follow. We did put his Instagram tag handle on the bottom, and definitely, especially on the West Coast, if you guys want to experience some intense hoops, especially on the women's side, then East Coast and South is a whole different animal. I mean, they have some very talented
Different. And
athletes
Alabama's
up
even
there.
crazier because they don't have a shot clock. So
Oh wow! So you got to defend.
you better.
You got to
Right.
defend.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, right now we're going to go transition right to our first commercial break. So when we get back, I definitely want to continue to chop it up and continue our conversation. So we'll be back
Sounds
here in
good.
about 20 seconds.
Sounds good, brother.
Got bugs out of this world? Have no fear. Free Yourself Pest Control is here. Give Derek a call at 480-580-1549 for your free estimate today. Again, please support Free Yourself Pest Control as they sponsor and support local communities and youth sports events.
That was cool.
So that message was brought to us by Free Yourself Pest Control, my buddy Derek over there. So especially all of my viewers that are based in the Southeast Valley of Phoenix, give Derek a call. Definitely a really great guy. I mean, I've known him for very many years. He also donates a lot to the community, especially with youth sports organizations and nonprofits. So definitely want to support his business. So we're back again. My guy, Prentice Beverly, we're talking about, the recap, the first part of the episode. We were talking about where he started out in Alabama, and then now he brought, that wisdom and talents out west, to Hollywood. I mean, he's going Hollywood on us. He went out there, blew it up.
Got the Kango.
Absolutely. So it's just he moved out west, and now he's been a fixture out on the west. I mean, it's there's so many kids that he's covered. I mean, he is a national analyst with a strong concentration in Cal, but California is like, that's a whole different, that's like 4 states
I
in
wouldn't
one.
say
in my
just
opinion.
California. I still do a lot of stuff international and national too. I still
Okay.
get out.
Yeah.
Like I always go to camps in Houston and on the East Coast as well. So it's just a lot of stuff actually.
No, that's so amazing. And, we're just blessed to have you on this podcast, especially the first episode, trying to run it back and
Hey, I
relaunch
appreciate
it.
you.
And
I
so,
appreciate you.
so Coach, you know what? We're going to pivot because, we're running out of time, but we got something to pull up for our viewers, which is a special treat.
Ooh.
And let me change the screen over here in a little bit. And
We
we'll
got-
bring it up. So, moving on towards the end of the month, student athletes, parents, you guys have 28 days. I'm looking August 2nd. There's no excuse. It's, on Saturday, August 30th from 10 a.m. to 3 at Santiago High School. That's in Corona, California. Lovely Southern Cal. Probably about an hour away from the LA airport. And I looked it up. So, flights are pretty inexpensive right now.
And Ontario airport's close too.
Ontario. Okay. So, this is open for the classes of 2026 to 2030, Ball and Prep Next 100 Showcase. So Coach, what can players and parents expect at this event?
Oh man, it's an event where, like I said, if you didn't have a whole lot of attention and love from college coaches, we're gonna film the games. We're gonna send stuff out for free to the coaches that so they can get a look at what y'all look like, and at the same time, I'll do a quick seminar on the recruiting process so you'll understand where they fit in as far as in the recruiting process, especially when like you said, you talked about earlier about the doggone the transfer portal and all these other things. It matters. It matters because a lot of times if you're not on a coach's radar early, it does not help you at the end. Because a lot of times, like I said, they've already made their mind up what they want to do, and then they also know they're going the JUCO route and the transfer portal. It makes it a little bit tougher on you guys. So the earlier you can get on their radar, the better it is for you. And it's inexpensive. It's not a whole lot of money because I know everybody tapped out basically because of the July period. So just try to make it inexpensive, but at the same time, it might be inexpensive, but you're gonna get great value. And you'll get, like I said, you'll get your name out there. If you're worthy, you will be found. I promise you that.
No, absolutely. And I love these events. I know unfortunately this is a short window, but I plan to be there next year at next year's event. And
cool.
That way I can get out of hot Phoenix, Arizona. I mean, it's 111 today. I was outside working on a car.
93 here, so it ain't much cooler, but it's cooler than 111.
Oh, that's a whole lot cooler. At least,
you know what? You come out, we can sit on the back patio, get in the pool, and smoke some cigars.
Well, and that's the thing. If I jump in the pool, at least it's not jumping into boiling water. I mean, over here, it feels like I'm jumping in a crab boil or a seafood boil. It's so hot. I mean, my son be like, Dad, I don't want to jump in the pool. It's too hot. I just want to stay in the house.
Hey, you said something funny. At least you said crab boil or something like that. Because like from the south, they might have said you might have had some pig feet and some, someone that calls some neck bones. so we good. I like the crab boil.
No, I mean, me too. I mean, it was just my kids today. Last night they're like, Dad, for dinner we want hot and juicy, and I'm like, man, you guys think money growing trees over here?
What's hot and juicy?
Hot and juicy is it's a crab or seafood boil restaurant.
Seafood, yeah, I thought that was seafood place. Okay. I'm gonna hit that next time.
I took them there once, and they just loved it. They loved the shrimp, they loved the crawfish, and they just loved everything. So they love for them, they can tolerate spice a lot better than me. So
yeah, you and me both.
They loved it, but it was definitely. I mean, yeah, maybe I should hit them up for a sponsorship here on the show.
Just promoted them.
But you know what? We got one more commercial break, and then we are gonna wrap up. So we'll see you guys back in about 24 seconds.
GC3 Apparel Fall Sale. Single-sided game uniforms $35 per set. Reversible uniforms starting at $65 per set. No art fee. Fast 2 to 3 week turnaround. Perfect for teams gearing up for the season. For questions or to get started, contact Molly at 480-387-7744 or email gc3apparel@gmail.com.
That message
Was that your apparel line?
yeah, that's my apparel line. So I've been
That's
selling
dope.
uniforms. I used to work for Big Baller Brand, and not a lot of people know that. And one of the cool things was when they kind of shut down the team apparel line, I ended up maintaining the relationship with the manufacturer. So we
Nice.
just offer affordable uniforms for club and other high school teams that just can't afford it. I mean, it's some schools have the budget. I mean, I look at it. I used to be a high
I know
school
we
coach,
don't.
and
Yeah.
coaching in a rural community, and we didn't have no $195 a set per uniform. So
Right. That's good stuff.
that
George. I like that.
$35 sounds a whole lot better, and we'll get 2 to 3 seasons out of it, which is more than enough. So
Yeah, no, I like that. I might hit you up. I can get our coach to get some polos or something for the staff, coaching staff.
no, I appreciate that. Thank you for thinking of me. But again, guys, we're gonna wrap up this episode. Got the man, the myth, the legend himself, one part of my Cali Connect, Coach Prentice Beverly of Ball and Prep. And next or at the end of the month, big time next 100 showcase hosted by Ball and Prep at Santiago High School. That's in Corona, California, from 10 a.m. to 3. Open to classes 2026 all the way down to 2030. Athletes and parents definitely don't want to miss this event. Registration is right below at ballandprepgirls.com. And also, if you guys look on the podcast, Prentice has his Instagram handle right below on his name tag. And, he ain't hard to find. I mean, if you want to get to the next level, this is one of the guys to know, definitely, especially based out on the West Coast or anywhere. If you want to play hoops at a high level, I know he has the connects to colleges and beyond. Even, if you're wanting to play pro, he's had, I mean, how many kids have you had? I mean, to be honest, in that 30 years, probably hundreds, thousands.
Yeah, I don't say thousands, but it's up there. It's up there, especially high profile. Oh man, it's a ton of them. A lot of them are playing. A couple were they're in the W right now playing, and we're not even talking about overseas. I could probably name about, Lord have mercy, probably about 15 or 20 in the league right now, and then overseas probably 100.
No, and that's amazing. I mean, like I said, I tell, I always tell parents and athletes, like, hey, there's a lot of movement in the coaching realm, and you never know. People have a network, and
Yes.
relationships matter, and
They really do. It really is who you know. You got to know something, but then you got to be able to know the people to make sure what you know is applied. You know what I mean?
no, absolutely, and that's in life. I mean, me
Yes,
being from
not just
Hawaii,
basketball.
moving to Arizona. I was just talking to my other friend about it. I look back on my career, man. I never got my own job. My like straight up just applying. I never got a job living in Arizona just applying. I had to know somebody on the inside and
Yes,
utilize the network to get me an interview. So
that's life, man. That's it. If you don't understand that, you're gonna be hurting.
absolutely. But anyways, I don't want to take too much more of your time. Again, Coach Prentice,
you good, brother.
appreciate you, my man. Thank you for jumping on the cast, and
Thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it. And like I said, man, I love tapping in. You family. So anytime you need anything, you holler at your boy.
I appreciate it. And I'll see you next weekend. We'll be at Fresh Faces.
Definitely. We'll chop it up, my guy.
Appreciate you. All right, guys.
you.
So that's all we have on today. Thank you again for joining us in the Hoops Heat Check podcast. Peace.